Hey, good morning, Kirby World. This is Randy McCreary coming from Kirby World headquarters here in Cleveland, Ohio. We're in the president's office with us, Daniel Blaylock. We'd like to welcome you to another episode with Caffeine with Pedano.
Absolutely. It's now the second. This is our second day of the push month. I hope yesterday everybody had a fantastic day. Push months are important because those are the months that you really prove to yourself what you're capable of. Without a push month, most of the people in Kirby would probably flounder, never really giving it their all and going all out to see what they could possibly sell in 1 month. So this month is important. Hopefully you're giving it all. You're putting everything out on the line. We're just a little less than a couple weeks away from Seller Kirby Day on the 13th. Hopefully some of you guys already have a month of 15 knocked out by the end of Seller Kirby Day. So we're excited with everything that's going on this month, right, Randy?
Yeah, and the one thing, if you haven't thought about this yet, think about a Kirby Life Recruit, which is something we've been talking about in all these episodes, because with Seller Kirby Day coming on the 13th, like Daniel said, how awesome would it be to have brought in a Kirby Life Recruit, won the Kirby Life mug, just for having them come in to attend the training, getting one sale for the $100, and of course earning that free Kirby with 6 sales. And on Seller Kirby Day, how awesome would it be, we've said this several times already, to have maybe 2-3 free Kirbys you'd be able to market to customers on that day and just have a huge payday for Kirby Life.
Yeah, let's make it a big push month, a big Seller Kirby Day. And don't forget to send in your recruits to your supervisor to submit to Randy or marketing so we can get you your very own Kirby Life coffee mug, because we all know that coffee tastes better when you're watching Morning Caffeine with Pedano out of a Kirby Life coffee mug. At this time, let's turn it over to National Sales Manager John Pedano.
Hey, thank you, Dan and Randy. Again, wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands. I'm going to pop this mask off now, but I hope you got your Kirby Life coffee mug locked, loaded, sealed, and delivered to you. I know there's some that have already been paid off. And welcome to the March push month. It's March 2nd. I hope you had a great day yesterday, got your month off to a great start. But remember this, keep on keeping on. It's called the push month. Persist until something happens. Persist until sales happen, right? So let's keep pushing. We got a long way to go, and let's have a great month. Look at, I am sitting where the customer's sitting right now. So imagine when you finish your presentation, your customer's sitting there and they're surrounded by 100 dirt pads. I have done a mattress test. I did my baking soda test. I cleaned the furniture. I cleaned the carpet. I shampooed my 4x4 square on the carpet. I did the tile, the wood floors, and any other flooring that's in that home. I haven't disinfected yet because that's the last thing I'm going to do. But imagine if your customer is looking at all this while you're asking them to buy, do you think you have a better chance of closing the sale? Look at, when do we need these 100 pads? For at the end. When you're saying, gosh, folks, here's the price. Here's how much I need down. Here's what I need a month. Breaks down weekly, daily. May I say welcome to the Kirby family. Because it's a lot harder for people to say no if they're looking at all this, right? Again, the old vacuum is not only broken down. I did the baking soda test. This is removed because I showed them all the dirt that it was putting back into the air on them. I also showed them that little 1-inch hole in the center of these vacuums. And again, compared it all to the Kirby, did an awesome vac comparison kill test. I've got the Kirby, set it up in the upright. Look, put the bag on after you're done and you're ready to show them the price. Why? Because it looks better with the bag. It looks like it's worth a lot more money with the bag on than with the dirt meter on. Take a minute when your presentation's over. Grab a little cloth. Wipe off the smudges. Make it look like what I call showroom condition. Wind the cord up. It just looks better. I've got all my attachments neatly displayed, and again, depending on the size of the room or the home that I'm in, I'll spread this out as much as I can if I have the space. If I don't, I might compact it, but I want them to see everything, right? So this would obviously be over here facing the customer. And now, look, I know this. If I was your dealer counselor or I was your team leader and I was checking on your presentation if you're new in Kirby and I see this, guess what I know? We've got a great shot at selling the machine today. Because I could turn to the people and say, hey folks, did you like the Kirby today? And they're going to say, yes. And I could say, folks, do you see how the Kirby will do your work better, quicker, and easier than your old vacuum? And they're going to say, yes. And I can say, gosh, folks, before we came here today, you had no idea this condition existed in your home, at least not to this extent, did you? And they're going to say, no. And I'm going to say, folks, again, I want to remind you, all this dirt isn't your fault. Plain and simple, it's your vacuum's fault. You can only clean as good as your machine does, right or wrong. And good housekeeping, again, requires good tools to do a good job, doesn't it? Now, folks, I'm not asking you to get a Kirby today, but I think you'll agree with me that you need a Kirby to eliminate all this dirt from your home, right or wrong. One last question. If you were paying a maid $100 a week to come in and clean, and after she finished or he finished, you followed right behind him and found all this dirt, would you keep that maid or would you fire her? You'd fire her, wouldn't you? Folks, the closest thing you and I will probably get to a maid is our vacuum, and yours really isn't doing the job you want it to, is it? Now again, you do that yourself. But again, you are part of that display, aren't you? So if I'm the dealer, I'm part of this beautiful selling display. And look, let's not forget, displays sell. So if my customer is where the camera is and the couch is over there, and we'll just flip this, and now I'm the dealer, not the customer, and I'm asking them to buy, look, they're going to look at you when you ask them to buy, aren't they? So if you look at them like this, probably isn't a good idea, right? You should probably have what on your face? A smile on your face. Your contest flyer. And become right next to that Kirby. May I say welcome to the Kirby family? And then do a little of this. Nod your head up and down. You want them to say yes. And the biggest smile you can muster. Look, it's harder to say no to this face than it is to this face. Oh my God, they might get it, right? So have a smile on your face, right? Now, hold that contest flyer up. Now I'm going to give you a few quick little pointers for the close. They're going to say no. All the sales that we wrote yesterday, most of them, 99% of them said no before they said yes. So when you say, may I say welcome to the Kirby family? Rule number one is shut up. You asked a question, it's their turn to talk, right? It's not the time to keep doing the presentation. You had your chance for the previous 90 minutes or so, right? So if they're saying no, this has to be your face. Okay. Because I've been in houses and I see when the customer starts saying no, here's what the dealer does. Right? And you're beaten right there, right? So smile. After they tell you why they're not getting it, you have to either agree with it or say something along these lines. I understand what you're saying. That's perfectly okay. You're absolutely right. Something that lets you know what? Lets the customer know that you listened and you heard what they said. After that, then you overcome the objection. I've seen amateur salespeople do this. Hey, I think it's a lot of money. Yeah, but. Yeah, but isn't going to close many sales. I think it's a lot of money. You're absolutely right. It is a lot of money. But let's face it, folks. If you want high quality equipment that's built to last a lifetime, it's going to be expensive, isn't it? I'm sure you've heard the expression, nothing cheap is good and nothing good is cheap, is it? So how do you spell your last name? Or may I say welcome to the Kirby family? And now you're asking them to buy it again, right? See, every time you ask that customer to buy the Kirby, they can say what? Yes or no. If they say no, they're probably going to say one of these five. I can't afford it, need to think it over, not in the market, not a priority, that's a lot of money, actually 6, right? I got to talk to my spouse. But when you do this presentation, you've overcome most of those objections, haven't you? It's kind of hard to say I'm not in the market staring at 100 pads and a great baking soda test, isn't it? It's kind of hard to say it's not a priority when you're staring at 100 pads. You got the mattress pads, the old vac killed, everything done in that home, right? The only objection that makes sense is what? I can't afford it. And when you figure out what you're doing in Kirby, that's the easiest objection to overcome. Because I can't afford it to me means, hey, perfectly okay, John and Mary. So what you're telling me is if you could afford a Kirby, you'd definitely be helping me out and getting one today. Is that right? And if they say no, then that wasn't the real objection, was it? But if they say yes, what do they have to afford today? Money down, money a month. Hey, that's perfectly okay. Hey, just out of curiosity, how much could you afford to give me down today? Hey, that monthly payment was too high. Perfectly okay. Just out of curiosity, how much could you comfortably afford a month? And then it's as simple as making the Kirby affordable and getting as close to those monthly payments and down payments as you could comfortably get, right? Again, folks, if you were brand new, I would tell you this. Get this display. Figure out how to get this display out. Because this right here, number one, will sell you Kirby's. And number two, it'll sell you Kirby's for the right way. Right? Okay, last but not least, again, we're going to disinfect. It's March 2nd. We've done the couch. We've done the chair. We haven't done the carpet yet. Let's do the carpet. So again, we're using a Kirby disinfectant service where we're using a solution called BioEsk, where the BioEsk is one of the few, again, EPA approved, safe for pets, animals. Same thing, right? Pets and animals. Safe for plants, food, anywhere. It's not going to harm or hurt anything. The beautiful thing is it kills the coronavirus in a minute, and everything it's going to kill is 4 minutes or less. Again, one of the few soft surfaces, hard surfaces. When you use it on a hard surface, let it set for 4 minutes before you wipe it off. Gives it a chance to do what it's supposed to do. Go ahead. Again, I guess I can't do the carpet. I'm going to do the couch one more time, so here we go. Okay, and again, we priced it out. On average, it's about 20 cents a square foot to disinfect a home. A 2,000 square foot home would run you $400. A 3,000 square foot home would run you $600. John and Mary, do you see how something like this, by doing it yourself, given a long enough period of time, the Kirby will literally pay for itself? Hey folks, let's have a great push month. Let's keep on rolling, keep it going. I'm going to turn it back to Dan and Randy.
Again, how awesome is that to get that much information from our national sales manager, John Pedano, on an ending display that just invites people to buy the Kirby. What an excellent execution it was for new dealers to be able to do that when they're out on their Sell a Kirby weekend.
And to finish it off with that Kirby disinfectant spray, ice is the cake, right? And I think having a proper display while you close the demo, like John showed you, reminds the customer everything they're getting with the machine, and it definitely builds a maximum value. Until next time, we look forward to your Kirby Life Recruit sending out some more mugs. Until next time.
Yeah, enjoy that caffeine with your mug from Kirby Life, and get those Kirby Life Recruits to us as soon as possible so we can get your mug.